Do you find yourself constantly analysing whatever's uncertain in your life? You could be at home trying to relax for the evening, you could be at work trying to concentrate, but your brain's constantly thinking about different things. Will I ever find someone who I truly love? Will I ever have enough money to live the life I want? How will my boss interpret that email? And this cough I've had for 2 weeks, some kind of deadly disease I'm not paying attention to. We tell ourselves to stop worrying about what we can't control and everything will be fine. But no matter how many times we tell ourselves this, it doesn't quell the urge to go out and analyse. So we constantly keep picking apart the same areas of uncertainty. To understand this pattern, I think it's important to look at the conditions in which the human brain evolved. So humans evolved in environments which were uncertain and difficult to control. Threats could appear at any moment and consequences could be severe. Weather conditions could change suddenly, food sources could go, other groups could become hostile, predators could be nearby, and injury or illness could threaten your survival. Because of this, humans evolved to constantly analyse the environment, and the brain became highly focused on prediction and preparation. Noticing patterns and anticipating future problems helped humans survive. The more prepared you were, the better chance you had of avoiding danger. The brain didn't just wait for the danger to happen, it thought ahead and prepared in advance. Uncertainty itself became important because if you faced uncertainty, it meant that you couldn't fully predict what was going to happen next. So you may be thinking it makes sense that we constantly analyse when our life was on the line. But our boss interpreting an email in the wrong way is obviously not the same as a predator chasing us, so why do we still worry? And that is true, our brain can differentiate between what is actual danger and what is not. But some of the most primitive, emotional, and archaic regions of our brain still react very strongly to perceived threats. Especially when those threats relate to our status, belonging, security, and future stability, all of which did and still do impact our chances of survival. Modern life has created so many areas of uncertainty which kind of model and reflect aspects of our evolutionary past which were fundamental to our survival. So it makes sense that your brain would focus on the uncertainty of a future relationship as it taps into security and belonging. You would potentially focus on career uncertainty as it taps into resources and competence. You may focus on how someone will interpret a text message as it taps into social judgment and your security within a group. It seems as if today our brain is still doing exactly what it has always done. It's trying to focus on uncertainty so it can predict the future and keep us safe. This may contribute to explaining our overthinking and anxiety about the future when we're just trying to relax. Why we compulsively check our phones when awaiting a reply when instead we should be working. And why we constantly seek reassurance from others that we're on the right path. Now, I'm not saying we have to give up on the idea that we're never going to find peace, and despite what I said earlier, the phrase "don't worry about what you can't control" is valid, and I think we should practice it. But we have to understand our brain was built for a world where danger was imminent, and although the environment has changed massively, our brain has not. It's fundamentally still just trying to keep us alive and safe. The key thing to realise is if you do find yourself constantly worrying and analysing the uncertainties of the future, you're not broken, you're not weak. You're a human with a brain that's doing exactly what it was designed to do.